Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me for this week's Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle card reading. I do have a lot of really exciting announcements to make. The first one is I've been talking to you guys about the print deck, the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle card print deck. I did get the final proof back. Everything is looking good. We did have one minor thing that we have to fix, so it's probably going to be ready within the next couple of weeks. So stay in touch. You can always sign up for my newsletter to receive more information about that. And also on Facebook, I'm always posting about my upcoming events. The second exciting thing that is happening is by the end of this month, I will be revealing a new app in partnership with Indigos. And I'm so excited because the cards came back for that app and they're absolutely beautiful. Again, they're designed by Indigos. And I wrote it as a very action-oriented deck. It's a lot like the Intuitive Life Coaching deck, but it goes even deeper into our emotional stuff, but with a very positive result cards. So positive cards that are going to help draw your attention to what needs to shift rather than focusing all the things that are wrong and staying kind of in the self-doubt and all that. It's really designed to help you shift the deeper stuff that's going on within you. That's the core reason why things aren't changing. So I would call it a good deck for anybody that's feeling stuck. Anytime you're feeling stuck, anytime you need guidance for direction, as well as like inspired action and confirmation that you're on the right path. So it's very similar to the Intuitive Life Coaching deck, but I would say that a lot of the cards are very more in-depth even than Intuitive Life Coaching, because I did touch on quite a few deeper emotional, spiritual things for this deck, and I cannot wait to show you guys it. I do not have a date, but things are going good with that, and so hopefully it will be by the end of this month. And if you'd like to see a card, you can actually check out my Facebook page. I post a lot of stuff on Facebook, so if you want to see an actual card of the new app, go to www.facebook.com/intuitive-life-coaching with Kelly. I also have one more exciting thing that's coming up. This Friday, I'm going to be doing a live stream at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that's to kind of unveil this new website that I've been working on. And I'm collaborating with a lot of holistic practitioners and healers, and we are coming together to bring some really awesome classes to you guys that are all available online. They're going to be live, and eventually I'm going to be offering classes that are going to be kind of on-demand classes. But for now, we're offering the live classes, and it's interactive classes where you actually get to work with the teacher and all that. It's live video, and you can also use your video in the class, and there's chat and voice and all that. So it's pretty exciting. We are doing many different classes. I have one coming up that's past life regression, a group past life regression. That's a 2-hour workshop, and I'm really going to be going into a lot of healing the past lives and exploring the journey and really understanding what it is. But I'm even going to teach strategies on how to understand your past lives from a whole different perspective, and also how to access them in dream time. So I'm going to be also talking about karmic relationships and healing that and discovering our untapped inner potential that has to do with past lives as well. So I'm really excited about that class. I'm really excited about that project. And also I am in collaboration with Lotus Moon magazine, and I did just write a couple articles in there about karmic relationships, and you can check that out at www.lotusmoonmag.com. So lots and lots of exciting things going on, and if you would like to stay in touch and get updated on a normal basis, the best way to do that is through my newsletter or my Facebook page. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a 5-card reading for the energy of this week. Our situation is karma for this week. The emotional challenge is lighten up. The solution is visionary. In the coaching advice, we have core values, and our potential is auric field. Let me tune into the karma card. You may be involved in a situation that requires justice or fairness. So, this card is not scary. It is actually just a reminder of how we reap what we sow. So it isn't meant to scare you that something horrible is coming your way or anything like that. It really is more about energy balancing itself out and to become aware of the energy that you're sending out, because the energy that you're sending out is always going to be coming back to you. As I'm tuning into this card, I'm getting a very big message around paying attention to our thoughts. Paying attention to what it is we want to create, what it is we desire, and emitting those feelings. So, of course, I never ask people to pretend like everything is going good when it isn't. That's not what I'm trying to explain or teach here. What more that I'm trying to explain is that for this week's energy especially, really pay close attention to how you are feeling. When you get upset, allow yourself to be upset, allow yourself to process the anger, allow yourself to feel the fear, but do it in such a way to where by releasing the fear and actually working through it, or all of the things that you're going through, emotional things that you're going through, do it in such a way that when you release it, by allowing it to come up, it's easier to shift in your thoughts and your feelings in a new direction, because that's the energy vibration you're now aligning with. What happens is that we get caught up in all of this crazy things that start to happen to us, and we really become a victim to the things that are happening, and we think things are happening to us, but things are always happening through us. So that's the motto for this week, is for you to remember that things are happening through you, not to you. And I know that that's one of those things that's really hard to get, but when you get it and you grasp it, you become more aware of the energy and the thoughts and the feelings that you're holding in your energy field, that you're emitting into the world, because that's the energy that is going to come back to you. I do feel a lot this week of energy coming at us that is kind of mirroring back to us what we don't want. So if you have a lot of situations this week that are reminding you of all the painful things aren't going your way, things are not happening the way you thought they would, and reminding you of the painful things about your life, I want you to remember not to get stuck in it. Think of it more of it as a catalyst, as something that is going to shift you in a new direction. So when something bad happens, or if there's a situation that doesn't go your way, or you get bad news, or there's a financial problem, or there's all these things that are happening, I want you to be able to look at the situation in a new light this week and see it as a trigger, something that flips the light switch on within you to change directions, to focus on what it is you want, to focus on the things that you wish to create, not on your problems. The more energy you give your problems, the more you feed them, the bigger they get, the bigger they get, the bigger they get. This week, pay attention to focusing on the things that you want to create after you deal with the problems that may come forward. Then shift it by recognizing that it is a catalyst. It is something that is going to bring you in a new direction, so it can actually be a blessing in disguise. So let's look at this card. You know that saying, what goes around comes around? This is karma. Karma is simply a way of saying what you give, you get. What you put out into the universe comes back to you. If you're in a situation that requires justice or fairness, this card has come to you today to remind you that it's already taken care of. No need to try to prove someone wrong or take matters into your own hands. They are creating their own karma. If what they are doing is not fair or is hurting someone else, they will eventually have this energy returned to them tenfold. This card could also be a reminder that for you to be mindful of what you are sending out into the universe to be returned to you. Remember that we reap what we sow. Make sure to sow what you want to reap. So again, that message is for the entire week, is that life is not happening to you, it is happening through you. And just keep that in mind as all the different things are coming into your awareness this week. For the emotional challenge card, we have Lighten Up. And the energy around this card is that when we're shifting our vibration to align with what it is we like to create, then we have to be emitting that frequency in order to receive that back to us. And the best way to do that is to lighten up, to have fun, to focus on the good things in life, to focus on all of the things that are going right, to do the things that you love, to make the things that you like to do a priority rather than continuing to put off doing fun things or focusing on the good things. This week, it's really important for you to focus on all the things that are right in your life. And also just to have fun, and don't take things too seriously this week. If the energy starts to get intense, if things aren't going the way you would hope they would, know that it's just a transition period. It just serves us to move in a new direction. You may be overworking, overstressing, and underplaying. Your guides come to you today to tell you that it's time to lighten up. By lighten up, they mean to literally bring in the light by experiencing more joy, laughter, and play. When you do this, it's going to be easier for you to hear them as well as receive divine guidance. In what ways are you taking life too seriously? Find a way to bring joy, laughter, and play back into your life. This situation calls for a big dose of fun. When you stop taking life so seriously, you will have more time to enjoy it. Life is not meant to be all work and no play. Take time off, relax, and lighten up. So, again, in the message was really, really clear that we are working too hard right now. And yeah, working hard can sometimes be a good thing when we have a goal, but it's not about working hard. It's about aligning with what it is we want to accomplish and then flowing with the energy of that. When you're really in the alignment with it, it just kind of flows on its own. You're just riding the wave of it. But when you're trying to force something to happen, then you're constantly working at it. Our solution this week is visionary. You're learning to synthesize all of your creative ideas into action. And again, the visionary is a very busy card. And this is probably, you have a lot of projects going on. You have a lot of ideas, inspirations. You're juggling a lot of balls all at one time. And just make sure that you are also getting very, very clear about your priorities. Because sometimes and I know that I am definitely this way, that when I get all of these ideas, I have all these projects going on at one time, and it's all too much. It's not organized the way it should be, and then it all just sometimes just seems to fall on top of me. So if things are super busy for you this week because you have all of these different things going on at one time, it's time for you to prioritize. It's time for you to focus on what is most important right now, to kind of take the projects that you have and the ideas that you have and line them up in a way that is most important for you as of now. You're a visionary, and what would the world do without visionaries? You are truly plugged into the infinite source of all things creative and grand. You get original, creative, and inspiring ideas that practically come out of nowhere. You are truly an inspiration to others, and they look to you for guidance, creative inspiration. When you dream big. There's no such thing as small potatoes as far as you're concerned. However, in order to bring your visions into reality, you have to learn to start small and expand as time goes on. One of the tendencies of visionaries is that they sometimes put the cart before the horse. Be open to feedback in regards to breaking your vision down into small and tangible action steps. Begin to synthesize all your creative ideas into action. Just remember that before there was a cell phone, there was a landline with a cord a mile long. Next came the cordless phone, and then the cell phone was born. So be prepared to start small and expand even bigger. And as you do, you will pave the way for your visions to be born. And that's one of the things that we do to sabotage ourselves, is we expect that if we start a project, that everything's just going to kind of move that day. The day that we bring it out into the world, and when it doesn't happen the way we had hoped it would, then we give up. Then we kind of just drop the ball. We run away from it. And that's just one of the ways that we sabotage ourselves. And because you have so many things going on, really exciting things, by the end of the month, the energy of June is amazing. So many transitions as far as business, success, and career. This is a really great month for you to work on those projects. You just have to find the balance in the way that you do it. Coaching advice is core values. Follow your heart and make your values a priority. Again, there's that word, priority. And so when we are lining up our goals, when we are trying to put everything in order as far as prioritizing, we also need to be coming from our heart. We also need to be coming from not what we think we need to do, but what we really want, what is most important. So ask those questions. How am I creating my life? In what ways am I attracting the things that are coming to me? And what do I need to do to shift those? Would be the first question. And then the second series of questions would be, what do I really want? What do I really need to change so that I can begin to move in the direction of what it is that makes me happy? What it is that makes me happy? What it is that brings me joy? If you're not making your values a priority, you may feel an ache or a pain in your heart that's causing you to feel somber, sad, and like something is missing. You may not quite be sure of what it is. This is your heart trying to tell you something. It's time for you to listen. Listen carefully to every feeling that you have, every sadness that you feel. There is a message behind this pain. This pain is causing you to ask the question, what is it that I truly need? What do I really want? Or am I ever going to be happy? If you follow your heart, you will feel an abundance of joy and love radiating from you. This card comes to you today to tell you that something may be missing from your life. Again, we have that "are we working too much" happening. So we got that in the Lighten Up card, that we're working too much. There's so much energy around working too much, working too much. Take some time off. That's a big message. Are you working too much? Are you stuck in a relationship that makes you feel alone? Are you stuck in a job that leaves you feeling stressed, overworked, and underpaid? See, whenever we're making changes in our life, people often ask me why change is so hard. And there's so many different answers to that question. Why is change so hard? I could talk about the subconscious mind and say that change is hard because our subconscious mind is really kind of leading things in the background. But that's not the only thing that makes change hard. Change is also hard because we have a hard time of letting go. We have a hard time of letting go of the things that are no longer serving us. And so that even if we start to say the positive affirmations, if we start to do the visualization, and we start to do all of the things that we know we're supposed to do to create change in our life, if we are not willing to let go, then we'll stay stuck. Anytime you feel stuck, you have to ask yourself, what is it that I refuse to let go of, that I need to let go of? It could be a relationship, it could be a job, but until you let those things go, you're going to stay right where you are. You're going to stay in that energetic pattern, and you're going to feel like there's no movement. But there is movement waiting to happen, but only when you can release and let go of the things that are holding you back. That's also a big message for this week. So take some time out to feel what you need to feel and allow yourself to express what you need to express. If you continue to suppress these feelings and emotions, the pain will get louder and louder, and eventually it will become unbearable. Take some time to journal, meditate, and listen to your heart. This card is a sign that things are getting ready to shift for you if you will only follow your heart. Make your values a priority and everything else will fall into place. And the potential for this week is the auric field. It is time to call in energy protection to shield, clear, and strengthen your aura. So there's been a lot of energy shifts, a lot of earth shifts, and for us sensitive, empathic people, we are really, really feeling that. I know myself and my friends, we can usually feel when something isn't right in our body right before an earthquake happens or something like that. So you may be experiencing that. You also just have to remove yourself from environments that don't make you feel good, especially if you're feeling extra sensitive this week. If the energy is just too much for you, you need to take some time to clear and shield yourself. That's always really, really important. And I know for me, sometimes I don't make that a priority, and I will literally get sick until I wake up and decide to make it a priority. And then as soon as I do, I start to feel better. But when I say sick, I don't usually get sick, but I get very low on energy sometimes. And I start to feel like it's even hard to get up in the morning. And I know when I'm going through that there is something in my energy field that needs to be cleared out. So pay attention to that energy this week. You may be picking up energy that's sticking to your aura, causing you to feel depleted or not like yourself. It's time to call in energy protection and clear and shield your aura. Your guides and angels are coming through to tell you to make your energy hygiene a priority now. Just like you need to take a shower to clean your physical body, you also need to clear your chakras and aura on a regular basis. If you haven't been doing this consistently, this could be why you're feeling weak, low on energy, and possibly lethargic. Also, a big message that I get intuitively from our angels and guides is that part of the reason why we're going to feel like this and our aura might even be more compromised than usual is because of stress. This is a very high stress energy week. So just know that if you are constantly in a state of stress, that does weaken your aura and it's easier for things to get in that way. So pay attention to that. You're also being guided to not only clear your auric field, but to shield it as well. There are many ways you can do this, and one of them is by working with your guides and angels. Call on them for assistance, as well as learning energy techniques to clear, shield, and protect your aura. Another great way is through physical exercise or yoga. You are also being guided to drink plenty of water at this time. Staying hydrated will help you protect, shield, and clear your energy field. The more sensitive you are, the more important it is for you to do this. Follow this advice and you will start to feel like yourself again in no time. So, these feel like very, very dramatic cards, but actually when I tune into the overall energy of this week, it's just movement. Big movement is happening. And there's going to be a catalyst if you're not going in the right direction that's going to send you in the right direction. And just know that it is for your highest good. And let go and have faith. Have an amazing week, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, you can find me at www.intuitivelifecoachingwithkelly.com.